first, obviously Allie had a tremendous performance at the national team. What was it like to see her there?
It was good. I remember speaking to our staff the day of the game. We knew she was starting. And I said, look, the news is that she's starting and we know she's going to go and do really well. So let's start thinking about what we might look like in the summer without her. And that's how confident we were. We literally, we obviously had thought about it before then, but that's the words I used. It was, she's starting and she is going to do very well. And the confidence in her doing well before it happened was because I think this is the key for any player. She done the work in the off season. She come in great physical shape, mental shape, and she come out and she was one of our best performers from day one. The challenge for her, and we've already spoke about it, I texted her after that game and said, hey, let me know when you come back from the clouds because I've got a few things that you need to improve and we need to talk about it. And we caught up a day after and she's just in this great place. And when we spoke yesterday, I think my words were, you're in this great place, you put yourself there, your job is to keep you there, and we'll help whatever we can do to help keep you in this place. So really pleasing, not surprised. I think she's done the work and now it's about doing more work that keeps her moving forward.
And practically for you guys, I mean, if she goes, if Emily goes, you guys can down to 7, go to the Olympics, and you have 18 on the roster right now.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to deal with that?
I think we would have been naive to not be thinking, what if everyone goes? And the way Allie came in before the call-up, it was, hey, we have to really think about this and we can't get caught blind. So, I think that we've known in that period we're going to have players that come and join us during that period to help us. Now with the way that people keep doing well, we were discussing a signing just a week ago and it was, oh geez, what if she starts doing well and goes to the Olympics as well? Like everyone's coming in and the environment is good and I think the staff and the players are helping each other and everyone's performing. So we'll be prepared to get through that period. And there's various ways and options how we can be prepared. We will be. We've prepared for almost anything else. It's going to be the toughest period for us to deal with. When they all come back, I'll be the one having the tough time choosing a team because that will be tough. But we will be ready.
And talking about just ways, I mean, what are the mechanisms? Would it be calling up some of the on-roster players to fill in more? Would it be making a midsummer signing to bring in?
I think that we'll have to look at a signing halfway through. We got to that point now, whether it's 1 or whether it's 2. We hope that over before that period there's 2 options. There's someone comes in during that period just before it, or we bring in 1 or 2 now to start preparing them for that period. Both of those are viable options.
You mentioned maybe making a mid-season signing. For right now, do you see adding a player to kind of start the season, or are you going to stand pat and see how things develop?
I think we're going to keep a close eye on 2. I think on both options, getting someone now, getting a couple now, and that process has been there from the beginning. We've got some non-contracted players that have done very well. We've got one in particular that is shining above players that are even on contract. My guess is that's a player that will come on soon. I'm not ready to say who it is.
Okay.
And then we got to keep our eyes open for someone coming in the summer. The European leagues. There's a lot of leagues that finish up soon. But we can't take enough. Obviously a lot of players going to the Olympics, and we're not in a position where we can take one of them. So, keeping our options open and trusting the great process that we have in place to go through this.
So you're 18. I think the cap is 20. So you want to have some room in there. You're not in a rush to fill up to 20.
Yeah. For example, there's non-contract players have done very well. We're not in a rush to jump and commit. I think 1 is really close, and I hope that we can get that 1 in at some point. I think we want quality. We want to be at a place. You can't have the players that we have in a training environment and have a drop off in the roster and a drop off in the depth. The training's so fast, so intelligent, so smart. The best players we have their brain is so far ahead. We have to keep pushing and developing those players. That's why we've had a small group, and we've been very protective. We want to be sure that the player is right before they come in. So I think we'll reward a non-contracted player at the moment at some point. Keep our eyes what's going on across the league, because I know the league very well. I know a lot of players, and I know a lot of teams probably still got some moves to make. And we keep an eye on players that we may sign halfway through the season.